they like to get this.
A fiery new clip has ignited WNBA social media, showing Angel Reese and Sophie Cunningham in a dramatic on-court confrontation that fans aren't forgetting anytime soon. Fueled by years of competitive tension and contrasting personalities, this viral moment captures something electric. Neither woman holds back. The footage has gone viral, sparking debates about rivalry, respect, and intensity in women's basketball. Let's unpack what happened, how it reflects their backstory, and what this moment means for both players and the league. Buckle up. It's more than just a game. It's WNBA drama at its most potent. The moment blew up online when a clip surfaced showing Angel Reese and Sophie Cunningham face-to-face in a charged exchange, packed with palpable energy. While authentic quotes from the video remain limited in mainstream reporting, the reactions have been loud and immediate. Reports and fan accounts describe the scene vividly, suggesting that this confrontation wasn't just a fleeting moment, but one that drew attention from fellow stars and viewers alike. The clip quickly circulated on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, with commentary emphasizing the tension. Some online voices framed the moment as a humiliation for Reese's side, while others saw it as Cunningham asserting herself unapologetically. This wasn't portrayed as a simple in-game disagreement, it was discussed like a turning point in their competitive dynamic. Social media lit up with commentary from fans and sports personalities dissecting body language, tone, and context. It wasn't just about passion on the court. Viewers sensed something deeper. A clash of styles, an undercurrent of rivalry that had been simmering. What makes this moment particularly sticky is its symbolic weight. In the age of viral sports content, plenty of clips make a brief splash and fade, but this one lingered. Fans replayed it, slowed it down, analyzed reactions from surrounding players, and debated its meaning. The visible intensity between Reese and Cunningham gave everyone the sense that this was part of a bigger, ongoing story. Ultimately, what began as a heated on-court exchange has now been cemented in the public eye as a snapshot of two driven athletes colliding in a way that perfectly embodies the grit, pride, and competitive fire that make professional sports so captivating.
Angel's still bitching about not being a 99, like she ain't out here getting cooked every other night. You're the fucking cover and still crying. You flex rebounds like that makes you, Jordan. Congrats, you jump high. So does my dog. Nobody gives a shit if you bark loud. This is pro ball, not Instagram Live. You want a 99? Try hitting a shot outside the paint. I'm tired of hearing your name. Play better or shut the fuck up. Being loud isn't the same as being great.
Tensions between Angel Reese and Sophie Cunningham didn't just materialize with this viral clip. They've been seeded by the natural friction of ambition, personality, and competitive overlap. Reese, a dominant forward for the Chicago Sky, built her reputation at LSU with an unapologetic style and relentless energy. Cunningham, an assertive guard for the Indiana Fever, thrives on intensity, hustle, and never shying away from confrontation. While there's no confirmed personal feud dating back years, both athletes command space in the spotlight. They're high-energy players who bring an edge to the game, and when those edges meet, sparks are inevitable. The WNBA is in a moment where star power and brand identity matter just as much as stats, and both women have leaned into that reality. Fans have noted moments in past games where Cunningham's outspoken demeanor seemed to clash with Reese's confident, animated presence. Offhand remarks, hard fouls, and sideline body language can speak volumes in a league where every moment is broadcast and dissected. This isn't just about gameplay, it's about identity and dominance. Cunningham's public confidence has occasionally rubbed opponents the wrong way. Similarly, Reese's willingness to wear her emotions openly has made her a lightning rod for both praise and criticism. It's a classic sports dynamic. When two alpha competitors cross paths, they're either allies or adversaries. And in this case, the latter seems to be brewing. Ultimately, their rivalry roots stem from more than just a single game. It's a convergence of playing style, personality, and public perception. Two athletes determined to lead, unwilling to yield ground, and more than capable of holding their own when tensions rise. The viral clip was just the match thrown onto an already dry field. Before the viral confrontation, several moments hinted at the friction between Angel Reese and Sophie Cunningham. These flashpoints didn't always make headlines, but they built the narrative that erupted in the recent clip. One such moment came when Cunningham, visibly frustrated during a game, shouted from the bench about not getting touches, making it clear she wasn't going to fade quietly into the background. It was the kind of vocal, passionate outburst that players either rally behind or resent, depending on the circumstances.
First off, this is not a jump ball. That's assault, brother. She's sitting there holding her, not even touching the ball, and then she gets hit in the throat. How do you get hit in the throat on a jump ball? Only the fever.
In another instance, Cunningham found herself the center of attention when she and a teammate clashed with a Chicago Sky player in a heated exchange. Angel Reese wasn't directly involved in every single incident, but the ripple effects of these confrontations inevitably touched her team. As personalities collided, the possibility of direct friction between Reese and Cunningham became almost certain. Media framing has also played a significant role in shaping public perception. Coverage and fan commentary have often presented their interactions in the most dramatic light possible, emphasizing any moment of eye contact, shoulder bump, or verbal exchange. This magnification fuels the sense that their encounters are more than standard in-game moments. They're personal.
They ignored the fact that you got chartered flights because of this girl. They ignored the fact that ratings were going through the roof because of this girl. Instead, they resented it because they said, yo, we were doing stuff long before Caitlin Clark got here, and y'all wasn't paying attention then.
Over time, these smaller confrontations and media narratives have layered into something more combustible. By the time the latest viral footage hit the internet, fans were primed to see it as the climax of a simmering rivalry, not just an isolated play. In a sport defined by momentum and intensity, these flashpoints aren't just side stories. They're the connective tissue that shapes how players are perceived, how rivalries form, and how moments on the court can take on a life far beyond the scoreboard. The now viral clip captures a snapshot of raw, unfiltered competition. Angel Reese and Sophie Cunningham are seen locked in an intense exchange, close enough that you can feel the heat through the screen. Reese's body language is assertive, chin high, hands ready to punctuate her points. Cunningham matches her energy stride for stride, leaning forward with that trademark fire in her eyes. Observers note this wasn't a stray argument. The tension had been brewing through the game. A physical play moments earlier, whether a hard screen, a contested rebound, or a bit of hand-checking, seemed to tip both over the edge. From there, words flew, gestures sharpened, and teammates moved in as buffers. Commentators point out that both players are known for their competitive edges, but what made this confrontation viral was the mutual refusal to back down. Neither gave ground physically or emotionally, creating a visual standoff that fans instantly turned into GIFs and slow-motion breakdowns. It's not just a clash of personalities, it's the perfect storm of stakes, pride, and performance. And when two players refuse to be the first to step away, you get moments that live far beyond the final buzzer. The aftermath unfolded almost instantly on social media. Players around the league weighed in, some subtly, others more directly, on what they'd seen. A few praised the intensity, calling it the kind of fire that elevates the WNBA. Others cautioned that emotions spilling over can overshadow the game itself.
That's a flagrant foul. It's a hard foul. You could say it's a play on the ball, but
no question, this will get upgraded.
yeah, no question.
Analysts dissected the footage frame by frame, looking for the spark. Was it trash talk, physical play, or a lingering history? On sports talk shows, the segment ran alongside commentary on the growing rivalries that keep fans glued to the season. Fans were even more divided. Reese's supporters saw her as standing her ground against provocation, embodying the toughness that's defined her since college. Cunningham's fans applauded her fearlessness in going toe-to-toe with one of the league's most visible stars. Memes, reaction videos, and heated comment threads turned the moment into a full-blown conversation about competitiveness in women's sports. Whether they picked a side or not, everyone seemed to agree on one thing. This was the kind of passion that makes games memorable. By the time the dust settled, the confrontation had gone from an in-game moment to a league-wide talking point. Proof that rivalry, when channeled, can captivate an entire sport. Beyond the clip, this rivalry taps into something deeper, the balance between respect and competition. In the WNBA, where rivalries are still developing mainstream visibility, moments like this can fuel storylines that engage both diehard fans and casual viewers.
But if y'all don't give us what we want, like, we sit out.
That's a possibility.
Then are you willing to admit how stupid it was for y'all not to go all in and elevate Caitlin Clark? So therefore even more attention could have come and y'all could have reaped the benefits? Higher television ratings, higher attendance figures. Ladies and gentlemen, that doesn't come courtesy of a league. It comes courtesy of the players that play in the league. And in her case, she was the most popular, which means she could have helped your bottom line, which means you should have seen that from day one and maximized.
Reese and Cunningham embody two sides of the same coin, different styles, similar drive. Their clash highlights how competitive fire can be interpreted in multiple ways, as disrespect, as intensity, or as a natural part of elite sports. The line between those interpretations often depends on who's watching. For the league, these moments are double-edged. They can energize audiences and boost media coverage, but they also risk overshadowing team performance and player skill with off-court narratives. Still, the visibility and discourse they generate can't be ignored. Looking ahead, every future matchup between the Chicago Sky and the Indiana Fever will carry extra weight. Fans will circle the dates, wondering if the tension will simmer quietly or boil over again. One thing's certain, this feud, whether resolved or reignited, has already carved out a place in WNBA history. It's proof that respect and rivalry aren't opposites. They're often intertwined, pushing players to compete at their highest level. The buzzer may have ended the game, but the story between Angel Reese and Sophie Cunningham is far from over. Every stare, every word, every hard foul now carries the weight of their history. Fans are already circling their next matchup, waiting to see if it's fire or ice when they share the court again. In a league built on skill and heart, this rivalry proves one thing. Sometimes the drama is just as thrilling as the game.